Hello, Gemini, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to be doing a read, and this is going to be from January 1st through the 15th of January, okay, if you can imagine. Can't believe we're already there, but for those of you, this is Happy New Year. I hope you had a very safe and beautiful New Year, and looking forward to what 2020 has in store for you. I was actually shoving in your cars here, and I was just focusing on a few things, and I was really feeling that there is in some way, I almost feel that there is service, being of service to others is going to be really helpful for you, very effective. I think it's one of the greatest things that you can do in terms of the involving of the soul. And I believe that this time that you're actually being asked to do that at this particular time. Now, it's what's coming up now. Maybe you've already done it, some of you in the past, but that's what I feel was coming up in your read as I was pre-shuffling here. And it's also about, there is perhaps a friend, there's someone in your life that was put there for a particular reason. And I don't know if what that is for you, but for those of you that might resonate, that's what's coming into play here. You know, that friend is almost asking as if that you stop and take a look at kind of where you're at right now, or it's this friend is stopping you to take a look at where you're at right now. So for some of you that might resonate, but that's exactly what I was feeling. It's about before you persevere, stop and take a look, as to where you're at right now, and that's what was coming through here. But it is also about a lot of you have been releasing a lot of guilt. And I do believe that was coming in pretty strong. So some of you might be able to resonate with that. But it's really about just getting rid of any beliefs that are not serving your soul right now and don't really assist within your soul's growth. But that was really coming into play. And what it wants you to do is to replace that guilt with positive intentions and to start planting those seeds, Gem, with those positive intentions. It's going to be really, really important for you right now. So that's what was coming through. And it allows you to flip things over on the other side and get a different perspective. And that is going to be very key for you in 2020 in this relationship or in this situation, whatever's brought you to my channel. This is going to be for you and who, so that who could be a significant other, a person of interest, even a friend or family member, or a situation, but one side of a situation and another side of a situation, even if you are perhaps not romantically involved. Okay, so for some of you that could be the case. But that was what was kind of coming through in the pre-shuffle. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at just you and that other person. And what I want to start off with is you. In terms of where you're at right now, what's the situations with each other? Now, this will be for all Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus. This is a general read, so if you'd like a personal read, then go to theguidedintuitive.com up here or in my description box below. I'm so excited for 2020, guys, and let's see what's in store for you in the first 2 weeks of the month of January, okay? All right, let's see this. What do we have here? Current situation. Wow. Okay. So you're remaining the top competitor right now. So this could be, you might be taking on the energy of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type energy, that fire energy, right? And this is saying is that you're continuing to be on top of your game, on top of the situation, I guess, so to speak, whatever that is for you. You are working and trying to keep the competitors below you. And this is saying that you're using that fire energy in order to make that happen. So that could be you. Now, it's whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is, you love it, because it's a kind of, he's wearing like this green kind of turnip kind of thing, whatever you want to call it, but it's the heart chakra. So it has to do with something that you love, defending something that you truly love, okay? And that is what is coming into play. And whatever that is, if that is a person, place, or thing, a situation, what it is right now is that you're still on top, okay? So just know that you're still on top of the situation. Others are trying to volley for your position, I should say. Volley for your position, but you are actually standing strong on top and you're not giving up, okay? So whatever it is, you're not giving up. So, that perseverance. I remember I talked about perseverance just kind of coming into your intro there, and that's what I was thinking. That perseverance, planting the seeds of intention of what you want and ridding of that guilt to really let that step out of its way, because you don't want it to be a roadblock for you in terms of moving forward. There is a healthy guilt when you kind of feel it kind of come up within your kind of energy, and then being able to recognize it and flip it, on the other way, and look at the opposite, and then come out with healthy ways of the opposite side of what would that look like. And keeping that, putting more focus on that, on what that positive side would be. Because the more energy you put onto that positive side, the less that you're feeding the guilt, okay? So that's what's coming into play here. So, but yeah, so there we go. I had to say that for some of you. I had to just pull that up because it came into play and it was coming out. Let's see what else wants to come out for you. The Emperor. So this is all about being very disciplined, being very decisive. It could be that you might be dealing with in areas that's like that, or you're taking on this type of energy of the Emperor. And this is actually being very stern to the point, and that could be you taking on that energy in this relationship or in this situation. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Anything else that wants to come out and play in your current situation? Yeah, it wants you to meditate and contemplate. Okay, so when you make as you're making strong decisions, and you are actually really focusing on being very decisive, meditate and contemplate, because that's going to give you some of these answers that you're going to need in terms of making those stronger decisions. Okay, so that's what comes into play. Let's take a look. What I want to find out is, let's take a look at this other side. What is their situation on their side? What does it look like over there? Ooh, they've got love for you. So there is some mutual love here. So if you've got love for a particular person you want to express, this is saying that this other person is definitely looking for a partnership in love, an expression of love. Could be that you might be dealing with even a Leo by chance, could be. Or it could be you taking on it with the Gemini there as well. Or it could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy with the Cups energy here too. But this other side, where they're at right now is it's about the expression of love. Okay, so I love this. Very, very beautiful. I'm going to see what else wants to come out. The Lovers card, two people coming together. Could be dealing with the Queen of Wands. And this one is very she's very self-confident, very beautiful, a little bit superstitious as well. Just, basically in the esoteric, perhaps. She is very exuberant and puts her face towards the sun, is really focusing on, she's very entrepreneurial. She's got that fire type energy. So you might be dealing with someone who's got that fire energy of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type energy. But yeah, so she's really looking for she's looking for, or he could be just as well, but I'm just saying the energies from the cards. What's most important is the energy, so just note that, okay? And this is the feminine energy that's really kind of taken on, is that what it's really looking for is love, a beautiful love arrangement that's equal, okay? And that's the duality of the number 2 in the Lovers, okay? Let's see what else wants to come out over here. Anything else that wants to come out? Let's see, what is it? Communication is key. So communication on their side is going to be very, very key and instrumental in this relationship or in this situation, okay? Let's take a look on how you feel about them, Gem. How do you feel about them? Let's see what wants to come out. Ooh, King of Wands. You've got some fire passion for them. You got the King of Wands, you got the Queen of Wands. Sounds like a good match for, sounds like a good match here, okay? And what this is talking about is that you've got that fiery passion. It is the king, and they're about authority. And when it comes to wands, you're being that very, very much a visionary, an entrepreneur of some sort that's got that vibrant energy, has got a lot of self-confidence, has seen growth in the business, very stable. It is, that's what I'm seeing coming through. How interesting. So the King of Wands, you might be taking on that energy. It says, when I clarify with the moon, it says the answers that you need are coming to you. So if you're trying to find the answers, within yourself on how to maybe move forward, what is your next steps might be. Previously we had that your current situation was to focus on meditating and contemplating and then being very decisive and moving forward. Okay. And that's what this is saying. So the answers that you need are within you. Okay. And that's what seems to be coming out. What's going to be key for you? Anything else that wants to come through for you? This is saying, yes, surrender your need to control in this relationship or situation. Okay, so it does ask you to surrender. So in terms of how you feel about them, is that it's almost like you might feel that you've kind of surrendered the situation to the divine, in the process, and you've been wanting answers, and just know that the answers are coming. And it does have to do, it could be having to deal with, being kind of a visionary in this relationship and in this situation. But yeah, that's what I see. So how you feel about them is like almost as like you've surrendered the situation to the divine. And it could be a divine connection. So it's about perfect timing, divine timing, so to speak. So that could be the case. Anything else that wants to come through for you? Yeah, it's kind of, you're both taking a time out right now. You're taking a time out and getting the rest and rejuvenating yourself. And, talking to source and your higher self, that whatever is, the universe, God, whatever that is for you. And you're getting your rest, taking a time out. So in this relationship or situation, it's about taking a break and just focusing on what it is you really, really want. Okay. So that's what I see here. So how do they feel about you? What wants to come to you? How do they feel about you? Let's see what that is. Okay. Here we go. Wow. They feel that maybe you're a little sneaky. Okay. They feel you're a little sneaky in the past. Okay. And that's what they're feeling. Now you could be dealing with a fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm just saying, but they feel that it was a little sneaky, in the past. And that something wasn't right, because you see someone tiptoeing but looking back. I hope that person didn't see that. So I really feel that this person believes that maybe either you have been sneaky, or it could be them as well. Perhaps maybe just being careful and treading on this relationship or in this situation. But what I'm really feeling is that there's been some sort of sneakiness, and something was hidden, and something to which they had to look back over their shoulder on and say, hey, I don't think this is kind of was a red flag for them. Okay, so it could be the case. And how interesting, guys. Yeah, what's so interesting is I think that this person put an end. It was an end of a cycle because there was some sneakiness that was happening, Jem. So that's what I feel. Now, maybe that's what this person on this side is feeling. Now, you might resonate with one side more than another, so feel free to reverse the messages as you see fit. But this is saying is that it had come to an end because of sneaky behavior. And that's what I see here. Let's see what the moon cards want to say. How interesting. Okay, what is it? Balance spirituality with practicality. Okay, so this person is actually, is trying to put, maybe they're focused on spirituality and they need to bring a little bit more down onto the earth, into the earthly plane, in terms of how they're going to move forward and how they make their decisions, and really balance themselves out a little bit more. But that's what that was saying. So they're really saying how they feel about you is that you've been sneaky. But it's also saying it's they want to release any negativity within the relationship or situation. They don't want the negativity involved, okay? And they had to release that. So that was what can maybe put it to an ending, So, and that's what I see coming through. How interesting. So what is it most that you need to know about them, Jem? Let's see here, okay? Wow. Why they want the Ten of Pentacles. So they're looking for the happy ever after and family, and they're working really, really hard on that. So I think what you need to know about them is they're working hard to develop a family life and to develop some sort of solid grounding, of some sort. Ten of Pentacles is really about, coming to completion. It's about wealth and establishment. They're trying to establish their wealth once again, or that's what they're doing now. And that's what their concentration is. Anything else that wants to come through where they're at right now? Knight of Wands. They're moving forward with passion. They got a lot of fire energy and they're moving forward with passion. And that's what I see. So what you need to know about them is they're moving forward with passion, trying to get their wealth and trying to get established, very, very well in that, because they do want that happy family life and they don't want to have to worry about that, right? And this is about saying it's a time for them to give rather than take. Or maybe this is, it's like what you need to know about them is that it's a time for them to give rather than take. How interesting. Anything else that wants to come out for you on what you need to know most about them? Denial. What they're doing is like they're acknowledging their fear, and they're replacing that with awareness and then the passion that they need in order to move forward to get that 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so they are releasing any sort of a fear that is standing in a way that is blocking any sort of insight for them, and so they're releasing any denial. Okay, so that's interesting, guys. Wow, what do they need to know most about you? This is interesting. What do they need to know most about you? Just so you've got it, that you're a magician, okay? That you're a Gemini. You're resourceful. You're so good at what you do. You're so resourceful. You've got all the tools necessary, and you also know how to magically put things together. And and you share this kind of magical type of type of feeling and a type of interest as well. How interesting there. But yeah, they see it's like what they need to know about you is you're the magician. You can change things. All right. And this is about they need to know that what they need to know about you is that confidence is your key to success. Okay, so beautiful. So having confidence, your confidence, Gem, is what they're understanding, and knowing that that is your key to success in what you've been doing. Okay, very interesting. And anything else that they need to know about you? Love, that maybe that you love them. Or that you know, that you have love in your heart, and you're capable of loving, and that you have love. Okay, this is beautiful, guys. This is really beautiful. It's like it's looking for the good in all things, that you have a loving heart. Perhaps, it could be that as well. So wow. So what is it that you make together? Let's see what that is real quick. What do you make together? Wow, the end of a heartbreak. We get end of heartbreak. So, well, this came up this way. What you make together is I think you've had some heartbreak, and it's about getting out of the heartbreak. Okay, let me clarify this because this is interesting. What do you make together? Wow. It's perhaps, I think that you both have been through heartbreak is what I'm thinking. Now, for some of you might be able to resonate with that, okay? Maybe you've been through some sort of heartbreak and you both can kind of relate to that with each other. The Three of Swords could have been a third-party situation, and that there's an understanding there, and there's an opportunity for a new beginning, and for growth. Okay, so you both maybe having new beginnings after a heartbreak is what I see. How interesting. What do the moon cards have to say, and what you make together? What is that? Believing in the impossible. So whatever feels that's the impossible, can something come out better than, can something out of this heartbreak and having a new beginning, can it be better than it was before? And this is saying believe in the impossible. Okay, so this is saying that love can be found, and actually could even be better. Just believe in the impossible. Okay, even though things are hidden, it's about definitely believing in the possible. Okay, and it's also to remember that you and your loved ones are safe. So to know that you both are safe. Okay, and also what you and to be able to help others to see that they're safe. Okay, and they're in safe community, and they're in safe in a safe environment when they're in front of you, is going to be very, very key, especially after heartbreak and such, and anything else that wants to come through what you make together. Okay, so this is about trusting each other. Okay, so what you can make together is trust and accept that your inner voices are going to guide you. Okay, in this relationship or situation, what you make together is learning to trust. Okay, wow. Now, what is the best way in terms of moving forward? What does that look like? Let's see what that is. Best way forward. What does that look like? Let's see what that is. Best way forward. King of Swords. Okay, good. This is about authority. This is actually about having clear thinking, and this is actually focusing on the mind. Okay, not as much as the heart, but it's really focusing on the mind. So the best way to move forward is to think intellectually about the situation. How interesting. Okay, the best way forward for you, Jim. Let me clarify the King of Swords. Because the swords are about having authority, and then cutting out what is serving. Because this is saying is that there has been in perhaps focusing on what you need to do So this is interesting because I get the Eight of Pentacles, and the eights are telling me there's a change. So there's a change for an opportunity to work on this situation, or there has been a change, and something was, and perhaps you cut things out, and then you started focusing perhaps on your work. Let's see. You're taking you're getting enlightenment and getting clear perspective in terms of the Hermit going within. So you've really just been focusing a lot on work as of late, is what I feel. Anything else that wants to come through? Wow. And then I get the Lovers. Wow, how interesting. So I really feel it's your card. How funny. This is saying is that you went and you took a perspective and you realize that this person is really someone important. Wow, how interesting, Gem. How interesting. Let's see what the other cards have to say about this. Yeah, that you're feeling lonely. And this is saying to know that you're never alone, but you may be feeling lonely right now. Perhaps you're at a distance, perhaps from a person, place, or thing here. But yeah, loneliness. And this is blue, so it talks about communication. So maybe there's been loneliness in terms of the communication here, in the best way to move forward. Yeah. Right now, emotions are running really, really high. And that's what this is saying. How interesting. So the best way forward for you is to have complete and utter honesty in the process. Okay. So being honest with yourself and also with another. You can't expect the truth from another, but you can always expect the truth from yourself. Okay. But this is saying is that honesty is going to play a very important role in this relationship or in this situation, whatever that means to you. It does have to do with some sort of connection, and in terms of the Lovers is what I see here. But yeah, the best way forward, use your imagination, okay? And really embrace the creative part of your mind on how you're going to move forward, okay? So that's key. How interesting there. And what is your best advice overall? What is going to help you most of all? Let's see what that is. Your magnetism. Use your magnetism in terms of moving forward. So if this is something that you would like to move forward in, your magnetism is going to play an important part in that. It's going to be very, very key. It could, again, be between two people who have this passion and this, in the spiritual realm, that are attracted to each other. And that's what I see. So magnetism is what really brings you together, okay? And that's what this is talking about. There is some sort of light that is created, and it's almost like it's not on the physical plane, it's in the spiritual plane, is what I see here. But that's what I see coming through. Let me pull the Sacred Traveler and see if anything wants to come out. What do I see? In the flow. Wow, everything is smooth sailing. It's like using your magnetism, and this is saying everything is smooth sailing. Really focus on your highest self, and really focus on and ask the divine next steps and the best way to go. But this is saying magnetism is there for you both, and you're both in the flow. And it's almost as if that you might be opposites of each other, but you're in this flow of some sort. And it's a flow that is not conducted by either of you, almost it's like the divine. Anything else? Transformation. There's a new way of living that emerges. So this could be a transformation in this relationship or in this situation that's going to emerge, okay? And it's actually going to be like the Phoenix rising. It's going to be a beautiful opportunity. So some of you might want to make this work. Otherwise, you're just going through a transformation, and you've realized you've reached a new way of living. And with that new energy, it kind of shifts the dynamic in the situation or in the relationship. So that's what I see coming through here. And anything else in the best way forward. King of Pentacles. This is really being focused on your coin. I got to tell you, you're taking that really disciplined approach, working hard. You are the master of your domain in this process. And that's what I see. Yeah. Very, very beautiful, guys. Well, I hope that this resonated with you in some way, shape, or form. Note your comments below, and I look forward to see you in the second half of January 2020. And until then, namaste.